Let's get right to the heart. Why is listening so hard? You'd think, as social creatures, we'd have this mastered. But the data and frankly our daily experience say otherwise. The main roadblock? Self-interest. Our brains are humming with internal monologue, eager to jump in. This isn't just ego, it's a cognitive bias called egocentric anchoring, where we unconsciously hold our own viewpoint as the default. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just being human? Yes, but there's a way through it. The first step is recognizing that true listening demands we suspend our own needs for just a moment. Only then can we create space for real understanding. Have you ever caught yourself waiting for your turn to talk, not really hearing the other person? That's the classic self versus other conflict in listening. Psychologists call this conversational narcissism. It happens when our desire to be heard overrides our ability to tune in. Let me tell you a story. My first experience as a therapist. In training, I asked all the right questions, but the patient barely opened up. Why? Because I was more interested in being a great therapist than really hearing her. The lesson? If you're more focused on how you'll respond, you'll miss the depth in what's being shared. It takes deliberate effort to shift from self-absorption to genuine curiosity. What exactly makes someone feel understood? It's empathy, not just passive attention. Empathy is more than just nodding along. It's an active process psychologists call emotional attunement. Think of it like tuning a radio you adjust until you catch the clearest signal. Here's a scenario. A friend vents about their bad day, and instead of offering solutions or sympathy, you simply reflect, "Sounds like that was really tough for you." Suddenly, the conversation opens up. Real listening requires you to set aside your own agenda and immerse yourself in their world, even when it feels uncomfortable. Let's be honest. Suspending judgment is tough. We all carry what psychologists call confirmation bias, the tendency to interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs. Imagine listening to someone with a totally different political view. The urge to correct, argue, or retreat builds. But here's a twist. To really listen, you have to hit pause on those instincts. Try this. Next time, notice your judgments as they arise. Then gently set them aside. Ask yourself, what are they really feeling? Just by noticing your mental chatter, you'll open up space for deeper connection. Ever blurted out advice only to see a friend shut down? There's a reason. Offering unsolicited solutions is what social scientists call the fixer reflex. Sympathy, too, can misfire think, "Oh, how awful," because it shifts the focus from the speaker's experience to your reaction. Now you might be thinking, but isn't it caring to sympathize or help? Sometimes, yes, but most people want acknowledgement before advice. Transform your habit. Instead of, "Have you tried?" try. Tell me more about what that's been like for you. Watch how the conversation deepens. Silence. It can feel awkward, can it? But here's the secret. Intentional silence is a tool called wait time in communication research. When you resist the urge to fill every gap, you send a message. You have space to think and share. Let me give you an example. A friend confides something difficult, and instead of jumping in, you just nod and wait. 9 times out of 10, they'll continue, often revealing more. Silence isn't absence, it's an active presence. Try waiting an extra 2 seconds before responding, and notice how people open up. Some fear that really listening is surrendering, like you're agreeing with everything someone says. That's a misconception rooted in what's called boundary confusion. Submersion in listening isn't losing yourself. It's setting your own perspective aside briefly. Think of it like scuba diving. You enter another person's world, but you always resurface as yourself. You don't have to agree with or solve someone's feelings to honor them. The real power is in acknowledging, I see why you feel that way. That's not surrender, it's connection. Let's talk about the Me Too phenomenon, not the movement, but the conversational habit. Someone shares a struggle, and you leap in. Me too! It's meant to build rapport, but linguists call this shift response. You're shifting focus back to yourself. Now, sometimes it's comforting, but often it derails the other person's process. Hypothetically, if you said, I hardly slept last night, and I replied, same here. I was up all night. Notice how your story evaporates. Instead, try, that sounds rough, want to talk about what kept you up. You'll notice a deeper trust forms. What's the difference between saying, oh, how awful, and that sounds really tough? Sympathy is feeling for someone. Empathy is feeling with them. Neuroscientists describe this as the distinction between mirroring and resonance. Sympathy often leads to overreaction or misplaced concern, sometimes leaving the speaker feeling patronized. Empathy, by contrast, is quieter. It's about tracking with the speaker, not overshadowing them with your own emotional display. Next time you feel the urge to gush, pause and try simply reflecting what you hear. The impact will surprise you. Why do we leap to give advice? It's partly anxiety management, what psychologists call solution bias. We want to fix discomfort, both ours and theirs. But here's the catch. Unasked for advice can feel dismissive or controlling. Remember a time you shared a problem, only to be told, well, you should just. How did that make you feel? Usually, not heard. Flip the script. Ask, would it help to brainstorm solutions? Or do you just need to vent? This single question honors autonomy and shows you're truly present. Ever found yourself nodding and saying, uh-huh, but thinking about dinner? That's pseudo-listening, a classic communication trap. Behavioral scientists call this surface attending. You mimic the signals of listening without the substance. We all slip into it, especially when distracted or tired. But the difference between a faker and a genuine listener is intention. Next time, ask yourself, am I truly present or just playing the role? If you're not engaged, it's better to pause or own your distraction than fake it. That honesty alone can deepen trust. Let's face it, listening is demanding. There's even a term for it, compassion fatigue. If you're not getting heard yourself, your reserves run low. It's okay to recognize when you need a turn too. Picture this. You come home exhausted, and a loved one unloads their day. If you can't tune in, acknowledge it. I want to hear you, but I'm running on empty. Can we talk after dinner? Safeguarding your own needs isn't selfish. It makes real listening possible later. Emotional bandwidth is finite. Replenish yours to keep showing up authentically. Ready for some actionable steps? First, practice active summarizing. After someone shares, reflect back what you think they meant. This is more than parroting. It's about capturing the essence, not just the words. Second, switch from yes, no questions to open-ended ones. What's been the highlight of your day? Instead of, did you have a good day? Third, notice when you're tempted to shift the spotlight and gently redirect. Remember, every conversation is a chance to practice what psychologists call mindful presence. Small tweaks, huge impact. Start today. See how people respond when they feel truly heard.